welcome back to another week of Warmly Jahcelyne. If you are new, thank you so much for finding your way to my side of the internet. I hope that you take a look around. I'm sure I have something that suits your interest. And for my friends that are returning subscribers, hi y'all. Y'all gonna like this one today. Do not forget to subscribe, y'all. I am loving the growing community. I want my Warmly Jahcelyne videos to get out to people who you think would benefit from this, who would find my videos and my content helpful. So by you subscribing, by you liking, by you commenting, by you sharing, that only helps the algorithm pump my videos out to people who are also like you and us and who would probably find this very informative and insightful. So I hope that y'all enjoy this video. I hope that you take some tips out of this, and I'm just so excited. So like I said before, y'all, we are doing a Black History fact for every video that I post this month. Okay, so y'all may know this one, but for those of us who don't know, I want to share this one. One of the greatest African rulers of all time, Mansa Musa, from 1280 to 1337, the years between 1280 and 1337, led the Mali Empire at the height of its power and creativity. He directly controlled the price of gold, and he has been described as the richest person in human history. Y'all, the richest person in human history to date was a Black person. I believe it. This is a certified source, and I actually have heard that before. So I want to do a little bit more research on Mansa Musa, but this is very cool, and I am so inspired when I find these like little known facts and find out more and more about our history, because it is just so important. So make sure that y'all are doing own due diligence, and if you all who are watching this are parents, do not rely on solely just the education system to inform your kids of our history. The onus is also on us as adults to also educate. So this is so important, and I'm going to drop some links below in the description box. So today we are talking about ways to look put together affordably, effortlessly, and some of these tips are completely free. So if you all are interested in how to look good, feel good, present well, and just want some like little couple tips here and there to just kind of up your game, keep watching. Okay, friends, so the reason why this has come up is because I had the privilege of growing up in a household with a mother who was she was just very classy, a very classy woman, a very put together woman. And I've said this before, she was my very first influencer. She was just such an it girl before it girl was a thing. She was very confident in her skin, and I always admired and looked up to that. And I think I take for granted just how much she influenced me and how much she put into me as a young woman, and just having the privilege of having a parent who invested in me, invested in my young womanhood, who invested in who I was. So with that, I want to just share some tips that definitely come from home, but also just I have developed as I have become a young woman. And I will be 30 this year, so that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. But I will be 30 this year, so I feel like I've learned some nuggets along the way of in my 20s of what it is to become just a young woman, and ways that I have kept myself together as a broke college student, as someone who was early in my career, just all of those things that have just helped me kind of keep myself together. My first tip is finding staple pieces that you can put in your wardrobe. They don't have to be super, super expensive. You can thrift quality pieces. You can get secondhand. Like, I would say 30% of my closet has come secondhand from my mother. So you could, if there's people in your family whose style you really admire, you can say, hey, do you have any clothes or anything that you're not wearing that I could have? And a lot of times I got my mother's clothes altered to fit my body. So you could do the same. And those are like staples that stay in my rotation. Finding pieces and finding like your uniform, so to speak, doesn't have to be expensive. You, like I said, you can thrift, you can get secondhand. And in some cases, I don't advocate for this, but you can do fast fashion. Those are your Zara's, your Forever 21s, your H&Ms. I still shop at Zara, so I'm in no way looking down on Zara, but I will say that those pieces just don't last me long. Like, they maybe last me like a year or two, depending on what it is. So find out what your staples are, what your uniform is. I also am a member of Nuuly, so I will link a code that is a rental service. So that is like just renting a few pieces a month, just to like up your game, feel good, to really have a cohesive collection of what looks good on you, on your body type, what colors look good on you, just finding your vibe, you know? And if you don't know where to start, I have created a video on how to find and define your style. I will link it somewhere over here, or it'll definitely be in the description. Definitely check that out for how to start, where to start, and even just more tips on finding and defining your style. Number 2, and this is for the free, for the free, for the $0.99, not even 99, just for the 0.00, is having good posture. Listen, slouching, sitting up, having posture, okay? As women, not sitting with our legs wide, crossing them if we can, crossing our our legs, like our ankles, whatever, but just kind of like being cognizant of your body. Not only does having good posture look good, it also is good for your breathing. It's good for just your overall spine. Like, it's just like sitting up also makes you look a little bit more alert and awake. So I would say practice your posture. Your posture is everything. And it also just helps you look more put together versus like something like this. And if you are someone who works at a desk, I work at a desk through the week, and it's easy for me to kind of just like rest in this position, and I actively have to say sit up. I am always aware of my posture, of how I'm walking, how I'm just again how I'm resting in my sitting position. Like, it's just being cognizant of that is just a free way, a free tip to look a little bit more put together. Number 3, I would say, is find a skincare routine. And I'm gonna put this hand in hand, is if you are a woman watching this, or anyone who identifies as a woman watching this, literally find a skincare routine that works for you. Does not have to be expensive. You could literally go to the drugstore. And also find a makeup routine that works for you. Know your face. It might be worth investing in a makeup class or watching some YouTube videos with someone who has similar skin texture as you, a similar complexion as you, and a face shape as you, so that you can find your way and work your way around your face. Again, I learned how to apply makeup from my mom. So I would just like watch her as a little kid, like put on her makeup and put on her, you know, all of her stuff and find her points and all of that. And as time went on, I refined that for myself and my own taste. But I would say if you could find a skincare routine and also a makeup routine that will help you just look a little bit more put together. And if you aren't someone who does makeup, all the more reason to find a really good skincare routine and just take care of your skin. Because listen, makeup is not gonna cover up poor skin. You want to have it's almost more important to have a good skincare routine than it is to know how to put on makeup. Both are great, but it's more important to actually take care of the health of your skin. Putting on your SPF, washing your face off of makeup at night, washing your pillowcases, things like that, things that are within your control. Do it. Drinking water, getting sun, taking supplements, working out, all of these things really, really help with the health of your skin. Getting enough rest. For my next point, this is more not an external thing to do, but more of an etiquette or behavior. And this is not being messy. And by that, I mean not gossiping about people, not using social media as a diary, because in case y'all didn't know, and I know that the Warmly Jahcelyne audience isn't doing this, but for those of us who are using social media as a diary, be it Twitter, Facebook, an Instagram caption, sending subliminals, things like that, that's what I mean by being messy. You do not look put together when you are venting out your frustrations online, venting about how you hate your job or hate the person that you're with, or how your friends are fake or any of that. It's messy. Go talk to your therapist. Go write it in a journal. Go pray about it. Go confide in someone trustworthy. Do not use the internet as your sound off. It's just not a good look, and it's not appropriate. And let's also not gossip about people. Let's just keep it cool. Keep it cool. You know what I mean? Piggybacking off of another behavior etiquette thing is punctuality. Being on time, or even a little bit ahead of your time to your appointments, to your engagements, to work, to any of that, is a good practice to have, to look put together and just be put together. Forget just looking put together. It's being put together. That shows that you have a good grip on your time management. You have a good grip on priorities, things like that. So I would say I am still working. I'm still showing up on CP time, but not as bad as I used to be. But there are times when I'm still showing up on CP time, and that is something that I'm really, really, really cognizant of. And if I know that I'm running late, I try, first of all, not to be 10 minutes or over late. Over 10 minutes is kind of wild, but under 10 minutes, it's okay, give me a little bit of grace. And I always, and I also want to let you know, give people a heads up, even if it's appointments, if it's dinner, if it's whatever. Give people, hey, running a little late. Don't just run late and not say anything, because you never know if the person on the receiving end could be using that time as well. You know what I mean? So just try to be cognizant. And that is a great way to be put together. Not even just look it, but be put together. Next point is being kind. Being kind is so cool, y'all. It is such an underrated thing of just being kind. And I talk about this in a few of my other videos, but being kind is so dope. And if you can give it, do it. To strangers, to people in your life, coworkers, whatever the case may be kind. It's important, and not just kind to important people, but kind to everyone. Definitely be cognizant of that for all of your delivery drivers, your Uber drivers, the people who are giving you a service. Be kind. And for a couple of other points that I have is, and I'm gonna put this together, is hygiene, good hygiene, just overall having yourself together. Find a hairstyle, haircut, whatever that is, that helps you look put together effortlessly. Even when you're having a bad hair day, let's not opt for the bonnets or the do-rags. I have a different take. Maybe you could do a baseball cap or a headband. I'm not in any, or a bandana, or in no way am I judging bonnets. I wear a bonnet every night, but I wear my bonnet in the house So I think that when we're talking about stepping outside of the house, let's opt for different headwear if we can, like a hat, like I said, a bandana, a headband, something like that. And I would also say good hygiene. Find a fragrance that works for you. Make sure that there's no dirt under your fingernails, or that your fingernails aren't like overly bitten. Things like that, like just good hygiene, right? Like making sure that your breath is in check, making sure that, you know, you're not musty. It's things like that, like your clothes are ironed or don't have wrinkles in them. It's like really things that we can do to just kind of help with our overall presence and our appearance, that can just help us feel better and look better. And I also think it's a sign of respect when you can look put together. You ever looked so good and when you're going to meet somebody and they're like, you look so good. Like there is like this sign of respect of looking good, and just being a little bit more pulled together. So those are my tips, friends. Drop some below, sound off in the comments of what some tips that you use to, or that you do to help you look better, feel better, that kind of thing, because I want to know too. Like, thank you so much for watching this video. Look and check in the description box for more about Mansa Musa, for more about some of the videos that I have mentioned, and I will see y'all on my next video. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe. Y'all are the best, and I'm sending y'all so much love for the week ahead, and I will see you next week. Bye.